Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carolyn. This is going to be my Shop My Stash for eyeshadow palettes for November. I've been enjoying picking out my eyeshadow palettes to use for the month. I haven't gotten around to using all the ones that I picked out. I haven't so far at all because I just don't wear makeup every day, but I like having palettes to choose from for the month that is kind of more of a curated selection of palettes rather than choosing from my whole collection. Anyway, if you're interested in seeing the eyeshadow palettes I'm picking out to use in November, then just keep on watching. So how I'm going to structure this is I'm going to share the eyeshadow palettes that I used for October, and then I'm going to go through my current eyeshadow palette Shop My Stash drawer in my vanity and pull out the ones that I know I want to take out, because a lot of times I keep a lot of the ones that are currently in, and then we'll go through and pick out palettes that I want to pull in for October or for November. I'll be putting timestamps in the description box if you're interested in just a certain part of this Shop My Stash, if you're just interested in seeing the eyeshadow palettes I'm picking out or anything specific, you want to skip over parts. So I'll start off with the palettes that I used. I used 8 palettes this month. One of the palettes I used twice, but I didn't wear makeup for a lot of October, and a few days I just put like bronzer on my lid and throughout the crease. So yeah, I'll be going through the palettes that I use and putting the looks that I did up here. And I'll start with the palette that I'm wearing today, which is this one, the Angelic Fist Halloween. This is the Trick or Treat one. I filmed a reel for this today and I will have it linked in the description box. This was the palette that I used twice, and going through my pictures, I actually did kind of a similar look before. I did orange and green. I guess orange and green makes me think of Halloween. Today is Halloween when I'm filming this. I'm not really doing anything for Halloween. Maybe just I'm gonna stay in and watch horror movies, but yeah, that's all I have planned. And then I got these matte palettes. These weren't in my Shop My Stash because I just got them in October, so I'm really excited about that. So I used both of these in a look, and then I used just this one for a look for Caitlin's house. She was doing Throwback Thursday, and this was the palette that she chose. This is the Halloween Town palette, and this is the Christmas Town. These are Nightmare Before Christmas. I didn't say. I'm so excited. I've been wanting these basically since they came out, but just for financial reasons I haven't gotten around to getting them. But I've been checking on them and I saw that they were sold out on the Melt website, and they still had them at Sephora, and they were half off. And they've been half off for a long time, so I needed to just get them so I didn't miss out. So finally got them, and yeah, I wasn't disappointed in them. I got them purely for collectors reasons and packaging and theming and all that. I didn't really care that much if they weren't that good. But yeah, I found that like sorry, this is a quick review, but I didn't use every single shade, but I found that their matte formula is a little bit different in these. They're more buildable, which normally Melt mattes are more pigmented, and I did find that the shimmers in these palettes are better than the normal Melt shimmers. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about them at the moment. I did a look with the Nomad Fire and Ice palette. That's what this one looks like, and I don't know, I try to, whenever I do use this palette, I try to kind of mix the different tones, but maybe I should sometimes like stick to one or the other. I think that might actually make a better look. I don't know, I like kind of mixing the warm shadows, the cool shadows, then at the same time it can be a little bit challenging for me anyway. I'm not the most creative when it comes to eyeshadow looks and putting together colors and stuff. But anyway, this is fun. It definitely makes me think outside of the box when it's not an easy palette for me to use when it comes to like picking out colors, but it's fun. It's like a fun activity. Then I use the Melt Gemini palette. One of my favorites. I don't use this nearly enough, but I just love the tones in here. I filmed a get ready with me using this palette. Spoiler, I'll be keeping this in for November for sure. I'm gonna just like put all of these back and then take out the ones that I don't want to use for November. Anyway, I used the ColourPop Darth Vader palette, and I filmed a gothic, it's called Gothic Glamour video with this one. It's part of a collab I'm just doing with my friends on Instagram. I'll have my Instagram linked in the description box in case you're not following me on Instagram. Okay, and then I used these two together. These are like Halloween themed palettes. This is the Sugar Drizzle Gnome Crone Halloween palette, and my friend one of the friends who I did the collab with, Ms. Moxie May, sent this to me a long time ago, and I love the packaging. It's so cute, and I just love this palette. I don't use it enough because it's just special shades, like there's not any mattes in here, and I tend to use the shimmers that are already in a palette, but the shades in here are all really pretty, and I love the packaging. This isn't available anymore, and it was only available for a really short time, I think. But yeah, I mixed it with this one. This is the ColourPop Witching Hour, and that's what this one looks like. Anyway, those are all of the palettes that I ended up using in October. So now I'll just take you to my eyeshadow palette drawer and pull out the palettes that I want to put back. Okay, I'll start off with these because these aren't in the drawer, but I'm going to keep both of these in just because I'm still kind of getting to know these palettes. So yeah, I'm going to keep those in, but hopefully like they'll fit inside the drawer. They didn't fit in the drawer when I got them in, so I've just been having them sit on my vanity. Okay, anyway, I'll start off with a couple that I know I want to take out and put back. The ColourPop Darth Vader palette I'm going to put back, and the ColourPop Witching Hour I want to put back. This one I'm going to keep in. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas from ColourPop because I didn't get around to using it in October, but it's Nightmare Before Christmas, so I can use it in November. Let's see. Is this the Vita? See, I was gonna take this out, but I feel like it has very like fall vibes, and it goes well with the Morte palette because obviously they're a pair, and I feel like this is good for November. I'm gonna keep these in. I need to actually use them this month. I need to wear makeup more often. See, maybe I'll just go through these one by one to make sure to see. Berlin Underground. I feel like this is the Nomad Berlin Underground. I feel like this again has very fall kind of colors, so I want to keep that in. The Nomad Fire and Ice. See, this row, these two rows are making me want to keep it in, but I can't keep all of these in and pick out new palettes, so I'm gonna put this back. The Hocus Pocus 2, I didn't get around to using, obviously, so. Oh, this is from ColourPop, I don't say. But I feel like, I think I'm gonna put this back because I wanted to use it in October, but I'm just not feeling like, I just don't feel like using it. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put this back. And the ColourPop Twilight, I didn't get to use, but I want to keep this in because I still want to use it. So I'm going to keep that in. This is the one I used twice. Odin's Eye and Angelic New Fist Trick or Treat. I used this twice, but I feel like it's very fall. So I'm gonna keep that in. Odin's Eye Hella palette with Angelica Nymphes. This is one of my favorite palettes. These top 2 rows are really making me want to keep it in. But I use this, it's one of my most used palettes. So I should probably put this back so I can get use out of other palettes. But yeah, it's hard because I really want to use this. Every time I see it, I want to use it. But I'm going to put this one back. And then the little ghost palette from this Halloween collection. This bottom row is making me want to keep it in. But I've done so many looks with this bottom row. Also, I've done a lot of looks with this palette as well. More so than... I think I'm going to put this back too. I'm surprising myself. The oranges and the red and the greens are making me want to... I think I'm going to keep this in. And I always keep my Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jackie Aina palette in because it's like a staple comfort palette for me. I know it's going to last all day. I don't have to mess with the formula. I know how it works. It's easy for me to use. Yeah. I always keep this in. This is one I didn't get around to using, but I feel like it's pretty fall, so I think I'm gonna keep this one in. The Melt Mary Jane, I want to keep in because again, I didn't get around to using it, but I've been really itching to use it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that in. Melt Rust palette, very fall. Definitely keeping that in. I already said I was going to keep my Melt Gemini. I'm going to keep my Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours. Yeah, these are perfect grungy fall tones. And I'm keeping my 420 in because I really want to use it this fall. And I also just really like this palette. So I'm keeping that one in, and also the Smoke Sessions. So, okay. So now let's pick out the palettes that I want to bring in for November. Okay. See, again, I also see a lot that I want to bring in. I want to bring this one in. I love this palette. It's one of my favorites, and yeah, I want to bring it in. I want to bring the Beauty and the Beast from Sigma. I haven't really used this enough because I just got it earlier this year. I think I'll bring this in. So this is the Melt Gemini 2, so it pairs well with the Melt Gemini. And I feel like these kind of burgundy tones are very fall, so I want to bring this one in. I just want to squeeze out the most of fall when it comes to makeup. I think I want to bring in my Tiny Marvels palette. This is another one of my favorite palettes that I just always feel like using, so I want to bring this one in. And I think I want to bring in the BH Avocado Toast palette. It does feel pretty fall, so. And I don't use this one enough. Gosh, and I always feel like bringing these in, these ColourPop Star Wars palettes, but then I never use them. maybe I will use them. So we have the C3PO palette, the Mandalorian, and I just feel like these kind of pair well as well. I think I'll not bring this in. The only shade I ever feel like that draws me in is this mustard shade. But then I look at the rest and I'm just like, I'll leave this in my collection for now, and then the child palette. So I'm gonna bring these two in. And I think that's it for the palettes that I'm bringing in. Okay, let's just see how everything fits, make sure everything fits okay. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna keep these two on my vanity again, because everything else is fitting, but I don't know. I had these sitting on my vanity before, so I'm just gonna keep them there, just because that seems easiest for right now. So yeah, that's it for this month's Shop My Stash. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!